I got stabbed multiple times from the machete. From here down to there, you can see it appearing through a little bit there. I'm Shaw-Tullin, I'm a Royal Marine Commando, I'm a GB boxer, and this is my story. I think I was in the ICU for 2 weeks initially. Just don't really remember anything at that point because I was just asleep for 2 weeks. I was just on so many very strong painkillers. But that weren't the hard part, that was probably the easy part. The hard part was probably rebuilding from that mentally. 17 years old, I couldn't really carry myself. I thought I knew the world, didn't. When you go from just being a normal kid and then having a big red scar on your face, I felt like my life was over, and that's such a silly thing to think. I got stabbed from here down to there, you can see it appearing through a little bit there, and on my chest, and also down my face, but that made my muscles were very fatigued. This arm was noticeably very slimmer than my right, so being an orthodox, it was hard to hold the hand up, it'd get very tired, so that took a lot of rebuilding the strength in. Made the best decision of my life, which was to join the Royal Marines. Didn't know it'd be the best decision back then. Didn't realise what I was getting myself into. It was very, very tough, but that's what really made me who I am. It's definitely a very tough course, very demanding. It's full on, whereas boxing, I would say, is performance-based. Marines is more survival-based. Make it to the next day and look after the lad either side of you. I always tell people it's the proudest thing ever that I ever did. I achieved my greatest achievement in life already. Nothing will ever come close to my green lid. Not an Olympic medal or anything else in life, it'll always be my green lid. I had an opportunity and I took it, and that opportunity was to join the Royal Navy boxing. Took it and it kept paying off because I kept winning that year, and then I fell in love with the sport all over again. Obviously went straight into the UCAS, won them against the Army, and then went through to the ABAs, got all the way to the final, and then became ABA champion. A lifelong dream I always wanted. Where I first represented England was at the Tri-Nations against Scotland and Wales, was victorious, became Tri-Nation champion, and then continued on the pathway and had 2 more international tournaments in the back half of the year. One in Tikal, Spain, where I got a silver medal, and finished the year off in Zagreb in Croatia, and 3 fights and got gold.
What is your long-term dream in the sport?
My long-term dream is to go to the Olympics and win an Olympic medal, gold. But my ultimate goal in the sport is to, whenever I give it up, just to say I give it my all and I did my best. It's surreal to come from the estate in Oldham that I have. That I can't think of anyone who would have done that in the circumstances that I have and gone through the stuff that I've been through. I just think it'd be an amazing personal achievement, but I think it'd be a great inspiration for everyone coming up in low-income council estates like myself.
If you were able to tell your younger self something, what would you say?
I would just say, experience is key. Can't rush nothing in life. Everything is teaching you a lesson for good and bad, and always see the glass as half full.